Good morning to you. This is David Richard Amo, Balancing the Triad, Body, Mind, and Spirit. And yes, this is morning. Normally I do this in the afternoon, but my day is not going to be available like that today. So I am going now. I just finished a little bit of a mobility and recovery session, so I'm a little warm, especially warm. I think it's just about 10 o'clock in the morning. We already got 90 degrees here in Northern California. Definitely a warm one today. So we're talking about dealing with mostly your health and wellness, Balancing the Triad, Body, Mind, and Spirit. So today's topic, when you are asked, and let me clarify by when you're asked. This could be from someone else, you could ask yourself, or it could be just a comment that comes by. So when you're asked, do you actually answer the tough questions? So let me go in a little more detail about this. The tough questions, these can come from a variety of aspects, but they might be simply, you said you're going to do something, you don't. Or if you've done something in the past multiple times, you're going to try it again, someone's going to ask you, are you going to do the same thing again? So we're talking about balancing, try working with your health and wellness. If you say that you're going to start working out, and yet you don't. Someone's asking you, say, weren't you supposed to be working out? You say you're going to start eating healthier, but yet someone catches you eating a bunch of sweets and desserts. They want to ask you, what's going on? What's the reason you do it? And I will say, you try not to use the word why, because that can definitely mostly be offensive even to yourself. So rephrase it slightly differently. If you mention that you're going to start working on being less hostile, if you will, you want to be more calm and relaxed, but yet something happens to you, blow up at work, coworker can call you on that. Or there's also, again, as I mentioned, things you've done in the past. If you went to work out, but yet you either didn't do it right, whatever that means, you either did too much, you stopped, you started doing it again, you did the same thing again, you stopped, you did the same thing again. This is over maybe a couple of years. And someone calls you on it. And these can also be ones that you ask yourself. And tough questions, if they ask you, a lot of times they can make you cringe. They push your button, they get you irritated, they get you mad. And a lot of times the reason they get you mad is because there's truth to them. You get offended because it's calling you out on something. And I am fully guilty of this. Someone will say something, and if they call me out on something, and sometimes it's not directly, just as in a passing comment, I will feel myself get tense, my muscles will contract up, and I'll start to get a little irritated. Basically because they're calling me out on something that I'm either not doing or said I was going to do. And these are also some questions you ask yourself. These are some I need to ask myself here, which I really don't like doing. But yet sometimes you have to. If you don't like the way something's going in your life, let's go back to food. You say, okay, I'm going to eat healthier. I'm going to stop avoiding all the cookies and candy bars like I normally eat. And yet you just keep doing that. You have to ask yourself, in what way are you being complacent to this? You say you want to eat healthier, but yet you keep constantly, and it's not every once in a while, this is constantly eating the healthy sweet treats and snacks and cookies and ice cream that you know you don't want to. You know it's not going to do you. Your goal is to actually slim down and get healthier and fit, lose some weight, lose some inches. But yet you keep eating stuff which you know will not get you any closer to your goal. So in what way are you being complacent to allow yourself to keep doing it? Now normally it's because you're getting some type of benefit out of it. Now that's something, the question I have to ask myself is, what are the reasons I've been avoiding doing certain tasks? It's like, and they're in the back of my head, I know they're right there, I know what I need to do, I know they're going to be so beneficial for me, but yet I'm not quite doing them. So that's what I'm referring to, the tough questions. Again, they're asked by someone else, either directly. You've done this in the past. You did like this in the past before. You did the same thing again. You did the same thing again. What's going to make this way different? How's this time going to be any different? And also use it, not necessarily in especially if someone calls you out on it and said, okay, well, you tried dieting before. How many years in a row have you tried dieting? You haven't done anything to gain the weight back? Change that up to use it not necessarily as a negative, but positive. Say, okay, back then, how are you complacent? Allow that to be educational for you. In what ways did you allow yourself to fall or not accomplish those diets very well? what went wrong, what went right, and how can you change it so that does go right. Don't just use the negative. Remember, you either win or you learn. Use that as a learning experience. Don't use it as negative. Don't use it to bash somebody. Don't use it to put yourself down. Learn from it and adjust and answer the questions honestly to yourself so that you can make better changes for the future. Okay? Hope all that made sense for you. Again, this came up because interaction I had with somebody, and it's something I've been putting off for myself. So now I'm putting it out there. As I'm sharing it with you, that means I need to answer my own tough questions to myself. So let me know your thoughts on that. Enjoy your Saturday and hopefully stay cool wherever you're at. I know it's part of the state here in California. It's well over triple. I think one spot there was calling about 111, so I'm going to be out in town. So hopefully this afternoon I'll be in the pool for a little bit, but stay cool. Take care and bounce into you. Bye-bye.